You're listening to KFWB News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown. I'm Mrs. Baby Brown's baby boy, and we thank you so much for joining us. And each hour, we come your way Monday through Friday from 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock. And the goal objective of our show is to inject positivity in your life, to change the way that your mind works. In other words, when you're thinking positively, it begins to expand the possibilities of what you see for yourself. When you are in a stressful, negative state of mind, your brain literally shrinks. Yes, it does. And many people are not moving forward right now because they're suffering from possibility blindness. And I remember a quote a friend of mine he said, your attitude determines your altitude. When you have the right attitude, you can move up in life. And we want to talk to you right now about outlook. I want to talk to you about that. I often say that this show is designed to change your mindset, to help you get through whatever emotional hurdles or challenges that you might be facing. And that's why I say that if you're looking to change up your life, I strongly believe, given the examples I've had and what I've seen and just based on my own experience, that it's possible. That there's something in you, their talents, their abilities, you have some powers in you to do and accomplish things that you don't even know right now, particularly when you're under siege, when you're under attack, when life has you on the run and you're moving from a place of fear rather than a place of faith. And that's why your mindset is so very important. Here's what I want you to look at right now. And in spite of all the bad news that's out there, here's something I want to share with you. There are some recent polls that indicate that 80% of you, most of you, 80% of you know someone who's unemployed and still looking for work. 80% know somebody, am I right, who's unemployed and still looking for work. Now, another stat says that most of you are pessimistic about the future of the job market. But there's another bit of news I want you to focus on right now. A survey says that while Americans continue to have mixed feelings on the possibility of finding work, they still believe it's possible for anyone to dig themselves out of an economic hole. 48% of adults believe it's possible for anyone in the United States to work their way out of poverty. So almost half of you believe, despite all of the bad news, in spite of the economy, that it is still possible to succeed, to make changes, to move up in your life. Now, here's an example. Listen to this. Listen to this closely. You're talking about taking a lemon and making lemonade. Listen to this. Susan Bragg was 54 years old when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She immediately started treatment and quickly discovered how expensive it was going to be. Her first round of medicine was $500 out of pocket. Susan tells the LA Times, I am deeply in debt because I was underinsured. Her private health insurance did not kick in until she had paid her yearly $1,000 deductible and $2,500 in copays, and it did not cover the cost of outpatient care, which is what most of the lengthy treatment was. This month, she lost her private insurance altogether. She said, I went from underinsured to uninsured. So, facing all of this negative news, Susan got creative. Listen to this. She took part in a local art exhibition and decided to make jewelry. Instead of using rubies, emeralds, and other precious stones, she made creations out of, are you ready for this? Unused cancer medications. People responded to her work, and she called her line she called it designer drug jewelry. Come on, Susan. Oh, behave. No, designer drug jewelry. Friends began donating their own leftover and outdated pills and gel capsules to her. Mrs. Bragg replaces the original plastic pill bottle labels with designer drug stickers before placing each jewelry piece inside with a cotton ball. Her pieces cost anywhere from $15 to $150, only in America. One of her most popular pieces, a pendant with a Viagra pill in the middle. Wow! Susan says that her line of jewelry helps her pay off her medical debt, and it's fun. She says, I needed satire, humor for therapy when I was fighting cancer. You're absolutely right, Susan. I know. I know there are many out there who are looking for a way out, looking to change up, looking for that thing that makes them happy. If you're stuck, I want you to call. I want to know, what are you doing? If you're stuck, let's deal with it. But how many of you have just did something like what Susan did? Just became creative and through the inspiration of desperation came up with an ingenious idea. I was looking out the window. It was raining the other day and a few weeks ago, and I couldn't see well. And I thought about house windshield wipers. You know, you go to the window, you can't see out well, and just push a little button, you have windshield wipers on your house. Seen that before. Don't you take my idea. You heard it first right here on KFWB. I don't believe there's a shortage of opportunity. This is a shortage of thinking. So I want you to call. What creative things are you doing? What have you seen? Tell me something. You probably saw something similar to what Susan has done. Something ingenious. Somebody just thinking, uncommon thinking outside of the box, and has created something unique and allowing them to create some income for themselves. And you might be the person. The number to call is 888-539-2980. 888-539-2980. When my mother was suffering from breast cancer and I went back home to take care of her, that's when I got into speaking and doing seminars and workshops. I couldn't get a regular everyday job. I wanted to find a way in which I could earn money using my voice, using my love for people. I love to work with people. I believe that was my way out. That's what was my key. And so that would give me availability to take care of Mama during the day. I go out and speak in the evenings, and I would be there to be able to take care of my mother. That's what moved me to this place. And so I want to know, what creative things have you done? The number to call is 888-539-2980. That's 888-539-2980. You'll be surprised sometimes. Life will put us in a position that will literally challenge us, that will literally stretch our minds. If we are observant, if we begin to watch for the signs, and if we make up our minds, there's a blessing in this somewhere, and I'm going to find it. It's amazing of what can happen, of how you can be in a position that looks like a closed door, and then all of a sudden something opens up in your mind, and it was a blessing, and you didn't see it for a while. I want you to call. The number to call is 888. I want to hear your story. 888-539-2980. 888-539-2980. What has come up for you? How are you finding a way out? And if you're stuck, you call. Let me know. We're going to get you unstuck. 888-539-2980. My name is Les Brown. You're listening to KFWB News Talk 980.